Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a plein air painting. I've been doing PLEINAIRPRIL, which is a hashtag on Instagram devoted to doing one plein air painting every day for all of April, and I haven't missed a day yet, so I'm not going to miss a day today, even though the weather is really crap. It's bad, it's wet, the highways are really bad, there's snow, it's rain and snow in April, welcome to Canada. But I'm gonna paint inside my car because you can't use water media outside in a rainstorm basically. But I'm taking advantage of the weather, partly because I don't want to miss a day, especially so close to the end of April. It's Saturday the 27th. And partly because you get some really neat effects during adverse weather, like heightened atmospheric perspective. So I'm going to try to capture some of that real quick, and then I'm going to go home where it's safe and dry. So this is my car painting setup. It's not very glamorous, just going to use my lap. The little side part here will be for my paint, and my water's in that little green thing. And we'll see if I can make anything worthwhile. So I've started just by laying down some gray because the sky at this point is not white, not even near white. It might look white to the eye, but it's actually sort of a dark, warmish gray. Not dark, but medium. Yeah, because there's storm clouds and stuff. So I've started just by covering all the white of the page because I don't want any of it for this painting. Now I'm moving on into blocking in the hills, and I'm doing this mostly wet in wet for now. It's a bit messy, but it's quick, right? And the point of plein air painting is to sort of capture the light in a timely manner, especially if you're doing one per day. Like if you're doing several and you're taking multiple sessions and you don't mind it taking several hours because, you know, maybe you have lots of time on your hand, then your goals will be different. But doing it basically one painting per day for this hashtag and this challenge means you're gonna want to use your time wisely. So I've gotten used to doing them like pretty quick. So I'm gonna lay down all of this first, wet into wet, so it's gonna sort of run into each other, but that's what I want, especially for this back part here, because I want this to recede into the background. And then once it's all dry, I'm gonna take a smaller brush, a flat brush, and get the details in on this front hill to bring it into the foreground. So basically I'm just trying to get the values correct at this point, and then the details will come after, and bits of it dry as I go along, so I can start adding some of those details with this big brush, but I'm not gonna worry too much because I'm gonna give it a little bit of a time to dry, and then most of the details will come after. So here I'm using a small flat brush that's a little ratty now, just to add some suggestions of foliage on the top of this front hill. This is a really quick way to add the suggestion of detail without getting too caught up in it and trying to craft each of these marks out of a tiny round brush. You're using the flat brush to create random detail, which in the end feels more natural than you trying to specifically portray the plants that you can see. Alright, and now I'm just making basically the conscious decision not to touch this area in the back, even though in real life this hill in the back is quite sharp. Leaving it fuzzy is going to make it recede and give the illusion of even more atmospheric perspective than I can see with my own eyes. And just for the finishing touches, there's a few brighter plants in the foreground that I'm just gonna suggest with some quick brush strokes, basically as proof that things are a little more saturated up front, and the saturation has gone away as we've gone back into the frame. Even if this technique doesn't exactly come across, you know, when you're looking at the piece, it's basically a visual reminder for me too, like to remember what happens in nature and then how to apply that to other illustrations in the future. That's kind of what plein air is. It's like taking notes for your own art. And there's the final painting. The last thing I did was just add a few white flecks to suggest the weather, which you can see in the windshield behind me. I hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope you enjoyed proof that painting in the car can be productive. I don't know. Thanks for watching. And if you'd like to see more of my plein air paintings, please subscribe to this channel. Once this book is full, and it's pretty darn good if I do say so myself. Once it's full, I'm going to be uploading a sketchbook tour to this channel, and I'm also working on perhaps a little self-publishing project too. So yeah, please subscribe if you want to see more, and I hope you have a great week. Bye!